Hello and welcome to Class Clown series. In this episode, first you will see a strong sample answer based on the latest Cambridge book, and then an important note at the end. Let's go! So, Ella, we want to be talking about maps. Do you think it's better to use a paper map or a map on your phone, and why?
Definitely a map on your phone. I'm already really bad with, directions and north, south or whatever. So I find maps to be more confusing than helpful. I mean, paper maps. And for some reason, if I use something like Google Maps, it's a lot easier to manage.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you needed to use a map?
Yesterday. I use it all the time because I never know where I am.
Okay. Can you tell us why you used the map yesterday?
I was looking for, I was trying to figure out where I was. I was downtown, which is not, downtown is very simple, downtown Toronto, but I always, get lost. So I was trying to figure out where I was, but I was also trying to find a bubble tea shop because I wanted to drink bubble tea.
Okay. If you visit a new city, do you always use a map to find your way around?
Always, yes. I definitely need a map, and I just need a map always, even if it's not a new city, because my memory is not that great.
Okay, gone are the days when people had to ask each other about directions and such,
Yeah.
right? Okay, in general, do you find it easy to read maps?
As I said, paper maps, not so much. It does confuse me. But Google Maps, yeah, if it's on my phone, then it's pretty easy.
All right, lovely. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the last time I had to do something in a hurry, or one time that I had to do something in a hurry, was not too long ago. It was my wedding day, and I didn't have to do anything, but other people had to do something on me. So I got my hair done and I got my makeup done, and I didn't realize that these things take a long time because I don't do my hair ever, so that takes me 0 minutes, and then makeup is usually 5 minutes. So I didn't realize that this was like hours and hours, and it was a lot because we had to go and get married at 3 p.m. and it was overwhelming. I can't say that I was stressed because I was excited and everything, but just having to think of all the details of the other things that we had to prepare and not being able to do them because I had to sit there and get my hair done or my makeup and then try on my dress and the shoes and all those other things. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's really time consuming. It all worked out at the end, but it was overwhelming.
So, Ella, we want to talk about arriving late. Do you think it's okay to arrive late when meeting a friend?
Yes, but it depends how late you are. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's okay. 50 minutes is okay. But some friends arrive quite late, like 30 minutes or, more. And I think that's really too much. And especially if it happens once or twice, that's okay. But not when it's something, kind of regular.
Mm-hmm. What should happen to people who arrive late for work?
They should, well, it depends, your job. Like if you're a teacher, you have to be there because your students are waiting for you. There are jobs that allow a lot more flexibility. So I'm not sure, like, if there should be some sort of, you mean like a punishment or something like that?
What do you think the policy should be?
Yeah, I really don't know how it works. I mean, I guess you tell the employee not to be late, but I don't know what the repercussion is really. If they get suspended after being late, a number of times, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Can you suggest how people can make sure they don't arrive late?
Well, if it's a friend, I think it's hard because sometimes you don't want to tell your friend, hey, don't be late, because it feels like you're scolding them a little bit. So it's a little awkward. But if it's something important, like, we're going to catch a movie, or we're going to go catch, sometimes you're traveling with somebody and you have to catch the train or something, you really have to stress how important it is. If it's work, I guess whoever it is, the manager, supervisor, something, has to have a talk with that person and also maybe ask the person, why are you late? Because maybe they have some sort of problem at home or something, and there's a way to fix it. Maybe you can help them with whatever it is.
Okay. Now let's talk about managing study time. Is it better to study for long periods or in shorter blocks of time?
It really depends on the person, I think. Some people can focus for a really long time and it's better for them. But I think whether it's long or short, I think the important thing is for it to be regular, meaning probably every day or every other day, as opposed to 6 hours in one day and then you let 10 days pass and you don't study.
Mm-hmm. What are the likely effects of students not managing their study time well?
Well, what happens always is that, they're cramming last minute because they have a test or a project or something and they have to pull an all-nighter because they didn't study before or they didn't start working on their essay or whatever it was beforehand. So there's a lot of stress and, you have to put in all of your time basically at the very last minute to get your work done.
Okay, final question here. How important is it for students to have enough leisure time?
It's important to have enough leisure time. It shouldn't be mostly leisure time, but of course it's important to relax and to move away from your studies a little bit and just clear your mind and because it also happens that you will reach a point where it's like nothing is, you feel like you're not learning more because it's just been too much, and you need some time to process it, I guess, and just let it sit in and sink in, and yeah, so that's why you need to rest and take a break and do something else.
All right, thank you very much. That's the end of your IELTS speaking test.
Great.
Pronunciation represents 25% of your total speaking score, but many students do not spend 25% of their prep time on this criteria. So here are some tips for you to consider. Depending on your first language, you might have difficulty pronouncing certain sounds. So make sure you know what they are and spend more time practicing those. Let's go over some of these words. Vest, west, free, three, pet, bet, river, liver. When you speak naturally, you often lose sounds as they come together. For example, I used to smoke. It's actually very difficult to pronounce every single sound here. I used to smoke doesn't sound natural. Sounds can even change when you link words together. For example, handbag sounds like handbag in fast speech. You need to think about where the stress comes in the sentence, for example, on the key words. Nice to meet you. Changing sentence stress can change what you're trying to convey. For example, he was walking in the park. He wasn't running. He was walking in the park, not on the street. When you practice vocabulary, make sure you know which syllable is stressed. Some groups of words can be particularly confusing. For example, we say photograph, photography. This leads us to perhaps the most difficult aspect of pronunciation. Basically, whether your voice goes up or down in the right places. For example, when you're asking a question. It's important that you use intonation to signal to your listener, for example, when you're finishing one sentence and starting another one.